10 Rules of Millionaire Success. A Money Mastery Audiobook. Welcome to Money Mastery Audiobooks, your trusted destination for practical lessons on personal finance, wealth creation, investing, entrepreneurship, and financial freedom. Today's audiobook is 10 Rules of Millionaire Success. If you've ever wondered why some people consistently build wealth while others work hard for decades without achieving financial freedom, this audiobook is for you. Becoming a millionaire isn't about luck, winning the lottery, or coming from a wealthy family. It's about following a set of proven principles and applying them consistently over time. Inside this audiobook, you'll discover 10 powerful rules that have helped countless self-made millionaires build lasting wealth. These aren't complicated financial theories or risky get-rich-quick schemes. They are practical habits, smart decisions, and timeless strategies that anyone can begin applying, regardless of their current income or financial situation. As you listen, think about how each rule applies to your own life. You don't have to master all 10 at once. Start with one, build the habit, then move on to the next. Small improvements, repeated consistently, can completely transform your financial future. Before we begin, if you enjoy practical audiobooks about money, investing, wealth building, and financial success, be sure to like this video, subscribe to Money Mastery Audiobooks, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new release. Now, find a comfortable place, remove distractions, keep an open mind, and let's begin our journey toward lasting financial success with 10 Rules of Millionaire Success. Introduction. Why do some people build extraordinary wealth while others spend their entire lives living paycheck to paycheck? Is it because they were born into wealthy families? Did they simply get lucky? Or did they possess some secret knowledge that everyone else missed? The truth is far less mysterious. While luck can sometimes create temporary wealth, lasting financial success is almost always built on discipline, education, patience, and consistent action. Self-made millionaires don't think differently because they're rich, they become rich because they learn to think differently. One of the biggest misconceptions about wealth is that earning a high income automatically makes someone financially successful. In reality, there are people who earn hundreds of thousands of dollars each year yet struggle with debt, while others earning far less quietly build million-dollar investment portfolios over time. Income is important, but it is only one piece of the puzzle. True wealth is created by what you keep, how you invest it, and the habits you practice every single day. Building wealth is much like constructing a strong house. You don't begin with the roof. You start by laying a solid foundation, one brick at a time. Every smart financial decision is another brick. Every dollar saved is another brick. Every investment made wisely is another brick. Over time, those small actions create something powerful, stable, and lasting. Unfortunately, many people are searching for shortcuts. They chase the latest investment craze, gamble on risky opportunities, or hope that one lucky break will solve all their financial problems. But millionaire success rarely comes from one big event. More often, it comes from thousands of small, smart decisions repeated consistently over many years. The good news is that these principles are not reserved for a select few. They can be learned by anyone willing to study them and apply them. Your current financial situation does not determine your future. Whether you're just beginning your financial journey, paying off debt, growing a business, investing for retirement, or working toward your first $1 million, the principles you'll learn in this audiobook can help guide you in the right direction. Throughout this audiobook, we'll explore 10 powerful rules that have stood the test of time. Each rule builds upon the last, creating a complete framework for financial success. You'll learn how successful people think, how they manage their money, how they make decisions, and how they continue building wealth year after year. Don't feel pressured to change everything overnight. Real transformation happens gradually. Focus on understanding each rule, apply it consistently, and allow your habits to work in your favor. Small improvements made every day can produce extraordinary results over time. By the end of this audiobook, you'll have a practical blueprint that you can begin using immediately. These aren't complicated theories designed only for financial experts. They are timeless principles that have helped countless self-made millionaires achieve financial independence and lasting success. Let's begin with the first and perhaps the most important rule of all, taking complete responsibility for your financial life. Chapter 1, Rule 1, Take complete responsibility for your financial life. Every journey toward millionaire success begins with a decision. Not a decision to earn more money or buy better investments, but a decision to take complete responsibility for your financial life. This is the first rule because without it, none of the other rules matter. You can read every personal finance book ever written, attend seminars, watch countless videos, and learn every investing strategy available, but if you continue blaming your circumstances for your financial situation, lasting success will remain out of reach. Many people spend years pointing fingers. They blame the economy, inflation, their employer, the government, their upbringing, bad luck, or a lack of opportunity. While these challenges are real and can make life more difficult, they don't have to determine your future. The people who build wealth understand an important truth. They cannot control everything that happens to them, but they can control how they respond. That shift in thinking changes everything. Imagine two people who lose their jobs on the same day. One person spends months complaining, blaming everyone around them, and waiting for someone else to fix the problem. The other immediately updates their skills, starts networking, looks for new opportunities, and perhaps even begins a side business. They faced the same setback, but their responses were completely different. Over time, their financial futures become dramatically different as well. Millionaires don't waste energy asking, "Whose fault is this?" Instead, they ask, "What can I do next?" This mindset places your future back into your own hands. It gives you power because it reminds you that every decision you make today has the potential to improve tomorrow. Taking responsibility also means becoming the CEO of your personal finances. Every successful company has someone who makes important decisions, creates a plan, manages resources, measures progress, and adjusts when necessary. Your financial life deserves the same level of attention. As the CEO of your finances, you decide how much you spend, how much you save, what you invest in, what skills you develop, and how you prepare for the future. You stop allowing money to simply flow through your life without direction. Instead, every dollar receives a purpose. Another important part of taking responsibility is developing a growth mindset. A fixed mindset says, "I'm just not good with money." A growth mindset says, "I can learn to become better with money." A fixed mindset believes wealthy people are simply born different. A growth mindset understands that financial skills can be learned, practiced, and improved over time. Think about any skill you've ever mastered. Whether it was driving a car, learning a new language, playing a sport, or using technology, you probably weren't good at it in the beginning. Improvement came through practice, education, mistakes, and persistence. Money works exactly the same way. The more you study investing, budgeting, entrepreneurship, negotiation, sales, and wealth building, the more confident and capable you become. Financial success isn't reserved for geniuses. It's often the reward for people who are willing to keep learning long after others have stopped. Taking responsibility also means accepting ownership of your mistakes. Everyone makes financial errors. Some buy things they can't afford. Others invest emotionally instead of logically. Some wait too long before saving for retirement or ignore opportunities because of fear. The mistake itself isn't what keeps people poor. Refusing to learn from it is. Self-made millionaires don't pretend they've never failed. Many have experienced failed businesses, poor investments, unexpected setbacks, and difficult financial seasons. What separates them from everyone else is that they treat every setback as a lesson rather than a permanent defeat. Each mistake becomes valuable feedback that helps them make better decisions in the future. Responsibility also requires honesty. Be honest about your spending habits. Be honest about your debt. Be honest about your income, your savings, your goals, and the habits that either move you forward or hold you back. Real progress begins the moment you stop making excuses and start making plans. One powerful habit is conducting regular financial reviews. Set aside time every month to look at your income, expenses, savings, investments, and financial goals. Celebrate your progress, identify areas for improvement, and make adjustments where necessary. Successful businesses constantly measure performance, and successful individuals should do the same. Remember that wealth isn't created by one perfect decision. It's built through thousands of responsible decisions made consistently over many years. Every time you choose to save instead of overspend, invest instead of consume, learn instead of complain, and act instead of procrastinate, you're strengthening the habits that create long-term financial success. The road to becoming a millionaire begins the moment you stop waiting for someone else to change your life and accept that you have the ability to shape your own future. Take responsibility for your decisions. Take responsibility for your education. Take responsibility for your income. Take responsibility for your investments. Most importantly, take responsibility for the person you are becoming. Because when you truly become the CEO of your financial life, you stop living by default and begin building wealth by design. Chapter 2, Rule 2, Spend less than you earn. If there is one habit that forms the foundation of every millionaire's financial success, it is this: spend less than you earn. It sounds almost too simple. In fact, many people dismiss it because they believe real wealth must come from complicated investment strategies or high-paying careers. While investing and increasing your income are certainly important, none of those things matter if you're spending every dollar that comes in, or even worse, spending more than you earn. No matter how much money you make, if your expenses always rise to match your income, wealth will remain out of reach. Think about it this way. Imagine two people each earn $100,000 a year. The first spends $98,000 annually and saves only $2,000. The second lives comfortably on $70,000 and invests the remaining $30,000 every year. Although they earn the same income, their financial futures will look completely different after 10 or 20 years. The difference isn't income. It's discipline. Many people believe that once they get a raise or land a better-paying job, their financial problems will disappear. Unfortunately, that's rarely what happens. Instead, something called lifestyle inflation quietly takes over. Lifestyle inflation occurs when your spending increases every time your income increases. You earn more, so you buy a more expensive car. Then a bigger house. More expensive vacations. Designer clothes. The newest technology. Before long, you're earning far more than before but still living paycheck to paycheck. Millionaires understand this trap. Instead of allowing every raise to increase their lifestyle, they allow much of it to increase their investments. This doesn't mean living a life of deprivation. It means making intentional decisions about where your money goes. Every dollar you spend today is a dollar that cannot be invested for your future. That's why successful people often ask themselves a simple question before making a purchase: is this bringing me closer to financial freedom or further away from it? Sometimes the answer is yes. Spending money on education, tools that improve productivity, or experiences that genuinely enrich your life can be worthwhile. Other times, the purchase is driven by emotion, impulse, or the desire to impress other people. One of the greatest financial skills you can develop is learning the difference between needs and wants. Needs are the essentials: housing, food, transportation, healthcare, and other necessities. Wants are the things that make life more enjoyable but aren't required for your survival or long-term success. There's nothing wrong with enjoying your money. The goal isn't to eliminate wants entirely. The goal is to make sure your wants don't prevent you from building wealth. Another powerful habit is creating a budget with purpose. Many people think budgeting is restrictive, but the opposite is true. A budget gives your money direction. Instead of wondering where your paycheck went at the end of each month, you decide in advance exactly where every dollar will go. A simple budget includes money for necessities, savings, investments, debt repayment if needed, and personal enjoyment. When every dollar has a purpose, financial stress often decreases because you're in control instead of reacting to unexpected spending. Discipline is another key ingredient. There will always be advertisements encouraging you to buy more, upgrade more, and spend more. Social media often creates the illusion that everyone else is living a luxurious lifestyle. Comparing yourself to others can tempt you to spend money simply to keep up appearances. Millionaires resist that temptation. They understand that looking wealthy and being wealthy are two very different things. Someone driving an expensive car with large monthly payments may appear successful, while another person driving a modest vehicle may quietly own investments worth millions of dollars. True wealth is often invisible. It's found in investment accounts, businesses, rental properties, retirement funds, and other assets, not just expensive possessions. One helpful strategy is delaying major purchases. Instead of buying something the moment you want it, give yourself time to think. Wait a few days or even a few weeks. Often, you'll realize that the excitement fades, and you no longer feel the need to make the purchase. This simple habit can save thousands of dollars over a lifetime. Another important principle is focusing on value instead of price. Buying the cheapest option isn't always the smartest decision if it needs constant replacement. Likewise, buying the most expensive item doesn't automatically make it the best. Wealthy people often look for quality, durability, and long-term value when making purchases. Every financial decision should support your long-term goals. Remember, financial freedom isn't built by making one huge sacrifice. It's built through hundreds of small, wise decisions made consistently over many years. Every time you choose to save instead of overspend, every time you resist an unnecessary purchase, and every time you invest money instead of consuming it, you're strengthening the habits that create lasting wealth. Spending less than you earn is not about limiting your life. It's about expanding your future. When your income consistently exceeds your expenses, you create a gap. That gap becomes your opportunity. It's the money that can be invested, used to start a business, purchase income-producing assets, or build financial security for your family. Master this one habit, and you'll establish a financial foundation that supports every other rule in this audiobook. Because no matter how much you earn, lasting wealth begins with living below your means and putting the difference to work for your future. Chapter 3, Rule 3, Make Saving Automatic. The third rule of millionaire success is one of the simplest to understand, yet one of the hardest for many people to follow. If you want to build lasting wealth, make saving automatic. Most people save whatever money is left at the end of the month. The problem is that, for many, there is rarely anything left. Bills appear, unexpected expenses arise, and small purchases slowly drain every paycheck. Saving becomes something they hope to do someday instead of something they actually do today. Millionaires approach saving very differently. They don't save what's left over after spending. They save first and spend what's left over. This strategy is often called pay yourself first, and it is one of the most powerful financial habits you can develop. The moment you receive your paycheck, a portion of it should be transferred into savings or investments before you spend money on anything else. By treating savings like a non-negotiable bill, you ensure that your future receives the same priority as your present. Automation makes this process even more effective. When your savings are transferred automatically every payday, you remove emotion and temptation from the equation. You don't have to rely on willpower every month because the decision has already been made. Successful people know that good systems often outperform good intentions. Many people say they intend to save more money, but intention without action changes nothing. Automation turns a goal into a habit. Another reason saving is so important is that it creates financial security. Life is unpredictable. Cars break down. Medical expenses arise. Businesses experience slow seasons. Jobs can be lost without warning. Without savings, even a small emergency can become a financial crisis. This is why building an emergency fund should be one of your first financial priorities. An emergency fund is money set aside specifically for unexpected expenses. It provides peace of mind because you know you have a financial cushion when life doesn't go according to plan. Instead of relying on credit cards or loans during difficult times, you rely on money you've already saved. That single habit can prevent years of unnecessary debt. Saving also gives you freedom. When every dollar you earn is immediately spent, your options become limited. You may feel trapped in a job you dislike because you can't afford to leave. You may miss investment opportunities because you don't have cash available. You may delay starting a business because there's no financial cushion. Savings create choices. They allow you to make decisions based on opportunity rather than desperation. One of the greatest advantages of saving consistently is that it prepares you to invest. Imagine two people discover an incredible investment opportunity. One has built a habit of saving and has money available to invest immediately. The other has no savings and must watch the opportunity pass by. The difference isn't intelligence. The difference is preparation. Saving is what creates future opportunities. Consistency is far more important than perfection. Some people believe they need to save huge amounts before it makes a difference. In reality, every dollar saved moves you one step closer to financial freedom. Imagine saving just a small amount every week for many years. Add consistent investing and the power of compound growth, and those modest contributions can grow into significant wealth over time. Small actions repeated consistently often produce extraordinary results. This is why millionaires focus on habits instead of occasional bursts of motivation. You don't have to save perfectly every single month. Some months will be easier than others. Unexpected expenses may temporarily slow your progress. That's perfectly normal. The important thing is that you continue. Keep saving. Keep building. Keep moving forward. Another helpful strategy is increasing your savings whenever your income grows. If you receive a raise at work or your business becomes more profitable, resist the urge to spend all of the extra money. Instead, increase the amount you save and invest. This allows your wealth to grow faster while helping you avoid lifestyle inflation. Over time, you'll hardly notice the difference in your day-to-day spending, but your future self will notice the difference in your financial security. Remember that saving is not the final destination. Money sitting in a savings account protects you and provides stability, but eventually much of those savings should be invested into assets that have the potential to grow over time. Savings provide security. Investments build wealth. Both are essential parts of becoming a millionaire. Every dollar you save is more than money. It's a vote for your future. It's proof that you're thinking beyond today. It's evidence that you're choosing long-term freedom over short-term gratification. Financial success is rarely built through dramatic changes. It's built through simple habits repeated year after year. When saving becomes automatic, wealth begins to grow almost automatically as well. The habit you build today can provide opportunities, confidence, and financial freedom for decades to come. Make saving a priority. Make it consistent. Make it automatic. Your future self will thank you for every dollar you chose to save today. Chapter 4, Rule 4, Invest your money wisely. Saving money is an essential step toward financial success, but saving alone is rarely enough to build millionaire-level wealth. The fourth rule of millionaire success is to invest your money wisely. There is a simple truth that wealthy people understand early in life: your money should work just as hard as you do. Many people spend their entire lives trading time for money. They work 40 or 50 hours each week, receive a paycheck, pay their bills, and then repeat the cycle month after month. While there is nothing wrong with earning a living through work, true wealth begins when your money starts generating more money. That's what investing is all about. Investing means putting your money into assets that have the potential to grow in value or produce income over time. Instead of letting your savings sit idle, you give your money the opportunity to multiply. One of the greatest forces in investing is compound growth. Compound growth occurs when your investments earn returns, and those returns begin earning returns of their own. Over time, this creates a snowball effect. At first, the growth may seem slow. But as the years pass, the snowball becomes larger and larger, gathering momentum with every rotation. Imagine planting a small tree. During the first few years, the growth appears modest. But if you continue watering it, protecting it, and giving it time, eventually it becomes large enough to provide shade, fruit, and lasting value. Investing works in much the same way. Time is one of your greatest financial assets. The earlier you begin investing, the longer compound growth has to work in your favor. Even modest investments made consistently over many years can grow into significant wealth. The key is consistency. You don't need to wait until you're wealthy before you begin investing. In fact, many millionaires started by investing relatively small amounts on a regular basis. They focused on building the habit first, knowing that their contributions would increase as their income grew. There are many different ways to invest. One popular option is investing in diversified stock index funds. These funds allow you to own small portions of many different companies rather than relying on the success of just one business. Over long periods, diversified investing has historically rewarded patient investors, although all investments involve risk and values can rise or fall. Some people choose to invest directly in individual companies. This approach can offer greater rewards, but it also requires more research, discipline, and an understanding of the risks involved. Another path to wealth is owning businesses. When you own a successful business, you're creating an asset that has the potential to generate income beyond your own labor. A business can continue producing value through products, services, or systems that operate even when you're not actively working every hour of the day. Real estate has also helped many people build wealth over the long term. Rental properties can generate regular income while also having the potential to increase in value over time. Property ownership requires careful planning, ongoing expenses, and an understanding of local markets, but for many investors it has become an important part of a diversified wealth-building strategy. No matter which investment path you choose, one principle remains the same: understand what you're investing in. Never invest simply because someone on social media says it's the next big opportunity. Never invest because of hype. Never invest based purely on emotion. Successful investors ask questions. They do research. They understand the risks. They make decisions based on facts instead of excitement. Another important lesson is to separate investing from speculation. Investing focuses on long-term value. Speculation often depends on predicting short-term price movements. Speculators chase quick profits. Investors build lasting wealth. The temptation to get rich quickly has caused many people to lose money. Every generation experiences new trends promising enormous returns with little effort. While some opportunities may succeed, many disappear just as quickly as they appeared. Millionaires rarely build their fortunes by chasing every new trend. Instead, they focus on proven principles, patience, and consistency. Diversification is another valuable concept. Rather than placing all your money into one investment, diversification means spreading your investments across different types of assets. This helps reduce risk because if one investment performs poorly, others may perform better. The goal isn't to eliminate risk entirely, that isn't possible. The goal is to manage risk wisely. Emotions are one of the greatest challenges investors face. When markets rise rapidly, people often become greedy and invest without thinking carefully. When markets decline, fear causes many people to sell at the worst possible moment. Successful investors learn to stay calm during both good times and bad. They understand that markets naturally experience periods of growth and decline, and they focus on their long-term plan rather than reacting to short-term headlines. Patience is often the greatest investment advantage. While many people are looking for overnight success, wealth is usually built over decades, not days. Think of every investment as planting another seed for your future. Some seeds grow slowly, but with consistent care and enough time, they can produce remarkable results. The most important investment you will ever make, however, is not in stocks, businesses, or real estate. It is the investment you make in yourself. Every book you read, every new skill you develop, every course you complete, and every lesson you learn increases your ability to earn, save, invest, and create value. Knowledge often produces the highest returns of all. Wise investing is not about taking the biggest risks. It is about making informed decisions, staying consistent, thinking long-term, and allowing time to work in your favor. When you combine disciplined saving with intelligent investing, you create a powerful system for building lasting wealth. Remember, your goal isn't simply to earn money. Your goal is to build assets that continue creating wealth long into the future. That's how millionaires transform income into financial freedom. Chapter 5, Rule 5, Build Multiple Income Streams. The fifth rule of millionaire success is one of the defining characteristics of many self-made millionaires: build multiple income streams. Most people rely on a single source of income, usually a full-time job. There's nothing wrong with earning a paycheck, but depending on only one source of income can leave you financially vulnerable. Imagine a table with only one leg. No matter how strong that leg is, the table cannot remain stable. The same is true for your finances. If your only source of income disappears because of layoffs, illness, economic changes, or unexpected events, your entire financial life can be thrown into uncertainty. Millionaires understand the importance of diversification, not just in their investments, but also in their income. Instead of relying on one paycheck, they build several sources of cash flow that work together to strengthen their financial future. One income stream may come from a career. Another may come from investments. Another from a business. Another from rental properties. Another from royalties or digital products. Each additional income stream reduces financial risk while increasing the opportunity to build wealth. Creating multiple income streams doesn't happen overnight. Most millionaires didn't wake up one day with 5 or 6 different sources of income. They started with one and gradually added more over time. The process requires patience, planning, and persistence. One of the most common ways to create an additional income stream is through a side business. A side business allows you to earn money outside your regular job while developing valuable entrepreneurial skills. It might involve consulting, freelance work, online services, tutoring, photography, graphic design, software development, home services, or countless other opportunities. The goal isn't necessarily to replace your primary income immediately. The goal is to create another stream of revenue that can grow over time. As your business expands, it may eventually become large enough to provide financial independence on its own. Another powerful income stream comes from investing. Many companies distribute a portion of their profits to shareholders in the form of dividends. These payments can provide regular income while allowing your investments to continue growing over the long term. While dividend payments are never guaranteed, they demonstrate how investments can potentially produce income without requiring you to trade additional hours for more money. Real estate has also become an important wealth-building tool for many successful investors. Rental properties can generate monthly cash flow while also offering the potential for long-term appreciation. Property ownership requires research, responsible management, and sufficient financial preparation, but it illustrates another way assets can produce ongoing income. In today's digital world, there are more opportunities than ever before to create additional income streams. Many people earn money by creating online courses, writing books, publishing audiobooks, selling digital templates, developing software, designing graphics, producing educational videos, or licensing creative work. These types of products often require significant effort up front, but once created, they can continue generating income long after the initial work is complete. This introduces an important concept known as scalable income. When you work a traditional hourly job, your income is generally limited by the number of hours you can work. Scalable income allows your work to reach many people without requiring you to repeat the same task over and over again. For example, a teacher can teach one classroom at a time. But an online course can teach thousands of students around the world. A musician records one song, but millions of people can listen to it. An author writes one book, but it can be purchased for years to come. Scalable income creates opportunities that simply don't exist when income depends entirely on your time. Another valuable strategy is continually reinvesting the income you earn. Rather than spending every dollar from a side business or investment, many millionaires use those earnings to purchase additional assets. Rental income may be used to purchase another property. Business profits may fund expansion. Investment returns may be reinvested into additional investments. Over time, each income stream helps create another. This creates a cycle of growth that becomes increasingly powerful. It's also important to remember that building multiple income streams requires effort and patience. Many new businesses generate little income in the beginning. Investments take time to grow. Digital products may require months of work before producing meaningful revenue. Success rarely happens overnight. The people who succeed are those who continue building even when results appear slow. One mistake many people make is trying to create too many income streams at once. Instead of focusing on one opportunity, they divide their attention among several unfinished projects. Millionaires often take the opposite approach. They build one reliable income stream first. Then they strengthen it. Only after it becomes stable do they begin building another. This focused approach produces stronger long-term results. Another key principle is choosing income streams that match your skills, interests, and goals. When you enjoy the work you're doing and provide genuine value to others, you're far more likely to remain committed through the challenges that come with building something new. At its core, every income stream exists because it solves a problem for someone else. Businesses solve customer problems. Investments provide capital to growing companies. Rental properties provide housing. Digital products educate, entertain, or improve people's lives. The more value you create for others, the greater your opportunity to increase your own income. Building multiple income streams is not about becoming busy for the sake of being busy. It's about creating financial resilience, expanding your opportunities, and reducing dependence on a single paycheck. Each new stream of income strengthens your financial foundation. Each investment creates another opportunity. Each business, asset, or product becomes another step toward financial freedom. Millionaire success isn't built by relying on one source of income. It's built by creating a system where money continues to flow from multiple directions, giving you greater security, greater flexibility, and greater control over your financial future. Chapter 6, Rule 6, Increase Your Value. The sixth rule of millionaire success is simple but incredibly powerful: increase your value. One of the greatest financial truths is that your income is often connected to the value you provide to other people. The more problems you can solve, the more skills you develop, and the more value you create, the greater your potential to earn. Many people spend years wishing for a higher salary while investing very little in improving themselves. Millionaires take a different approach. Instead of asking, "How can I make more money?" they often ask, "How can I become more valuable?" When you become more valuable, greater opportunities often follow. Think about professionals in almost any field. Highly skilled doctors, engineers, software developers, business owners, sales professionals, electricians, and consultants are generally paid well because they possess knowledge and abilities that are valuable to others. Their income reflects the problems they can solve. The good news is that valuable skills can be learned. No one is born knowing how to negotiate, manage a business, invest wisely, communicate effectively, or lead a team. These are abilities that are developed through study, practice, and experience. Millionaires understand that learning never stops. While many people stop reading books or taking courses after finishing school, wealthy individuals often become lifelong students. They understand that education is not an event, it is a continuous process. Every book you read has the potential to introduce a new idea. Every course you complete can teach a new skill. Every mentor you learn from can shorten your learning curve. Every experience, whether successful or challenging, can make you wiser. This is why personal development is one of the highest return investments you can make. Unlike many possessions that lose value over time, knowledge and skills often increase in value as you continue applying them. One particularly important area to develop is high-income skills. High-income skills are abilities that can significantly increase your earning potential regardless of where you work or whether you own a business. Examples include sales, negotiation, leadership, communication, marketing, public speaking, writing, programming, financial analysis, project management, and problem solving. The more of these skills you develop, the more opportunities become available to you. Communication deserves special attention. Many successful people are not necessarily the smartest individuals in the room, but they are often excellent communicators. They know how to explain ideas clearly. They know how to build relationships. They know how to inspire confidence. Whether you're applying for a job, leading a team, closing a business deal, or growing a company, strong communication skills can create opportunities that technical knowledge alone cannot. Another valuable habit is reading consistently. Books allow you to learn directly from people who have spent decades building businesses, investing successfully, or mastering important life skills. A single idea from one book can completely change the way you think about money, leadership, productivity, or success. Reading just a few pages each day may seem like a small habit, but over the course of a year, it can expose you to thousands of new ideas and perspectives. Successful people also seek mentors. A mentor is someone who has already achieved results in an area where you want to grow. Learning from someone with experience can help you avoid costly mistakes and reach your goals more efficiently. Not everyone has direct access to mentors, but books, interviews, podcasts, and educational videos allow you to learn from some of the world's most successful individuals. Another way to increase your value is by becoming someone others can depend on. Be reliable. Keep your promises. Meet deadlines. Deliver quality work. Maintain integrity even when no one is watching. Your reputation is one of your most valuable assets. People naturally want to work with individuals they trust. Over time, trust opens doors that talent alone cannot. It's also important to embrace change. The world is constantly evolving. New technologies emerge. Industries change. Customer needs shift. The people who continue learning and adapting are often the ones who thrive during these changes. Those who refuse to learn new skills risk being left behind. Curiosity is a competitive advantage. Never assume you know everything. Ask questions. Stay open to new ideas. Challenge your assumptions. The willingness to learn is often more valuable than the belief that you already have all the answers. Increasing your value also means taking care of yourself. Your physical health, mental well-being, discipline, and daily habits all influence your ability to perform at your best. Getting enough rest, exercising regularly, managing stress, and maintaining a positive attitude all contribute to long-term success. You are your greatest asset. Protect and improve that asset every day. Remember, your employer may determine your current paycheck, but your skills determine your future earning potential. No one can permanently take away the knowledge you've gained or the abilities you've developed. These remain with you wherever you go. Every new skill becomes another tool you can use to create opportunities. Every lesson learned makes you more capable. Every improvement increases your confidence. Millionaires understand that wealth begins long before money appears in a bank account. It begins with becoming the kind of person who consistently creates value. As you continue investing in yourself, your opportunities expand, your confidence grows, and your ability to build wealth becomes stronger with each passing year. The more valuable you become, the more valuable your future can become. Never stop learning. Never stop growing. Because the greatest investment you will ever make is the investment you make in yourself. Chapter 7, Rule 7, Protect your wealth. Building wealth is an incredible achievement, but creating wealth is only half the journey. The seventh rule of millionaire success is to protect your wealth. Many people spend years working hard to earn money, save diligently, and invest wisely, only to lose a significant portion of their wealth because they failed to protect it. Millionaires understand that growing wealth and preserving wealth are equally important. Think of your wealth as a garden. You can spend years planting seeds, watering them, and helping them grow. But if you never build a fence around the garden, animals, storms, or careless mistakes can destroy much of what you've worked so hard to create. Your financial life works the same way. Protection begins with avoiding unnecessary debt. Not all debt is the same. Borrowing money to purchase an asset that has the potential to produce income or grow in value can be very different from borrowing money to buy things that quickly lose value. The problem begins when debt becomes a lifestyle. Many people finance expensive cars, luxury vacations, electronics, furniture, and countless other purchases that provide only temporary satisfaction while creating years of monthly payments. Every payment reduces the amount of money available for saving and investing. Over time, this slows the journey toward financial freedom. Millionaires understand the difference between using money to impress others and using money to improve their future. They know that financial freedom is far more valuable than appearing wealthy. Another important way to protect your wealth is by managing risk. Every investment involves some degree of uncertainty. Every business faces challenges. Every economy experiences periods of growth and decline. Successful people don't ignore these realities. Instead, they prepare for them. One way to reduce risk is through diversification. Rather than placing all your money into a single investment, industry, or asset, diversification spreads your investments across different opportunities. If one investment performs poorly, others may help balance the overall outcome. Diversification doesn't eliminate risk completely, but it helps prevent one mistake from causing devastating financial damage. Insurance is another important tool for protecting wealth. While no one enjoys paying insurance premiums, the right coverage can prevent a single unexpected event from becoming a financial disaster. Health emergencies, accidents, natural disasters, or damage to valuable property can create enormous expenses. Insurance helps reduce the financial impact of these events, allowing you to recover more quickly. Protection also means maintaining an emergency fund. As discussed earlier, unexpected situations are part of life. An emergency fund allows you to handle surprise expenses without selling investments at the wrong time or relying on high-interest debt. Instead of creating panic, emergencies become manageable challenges. One of the greatest threats to wealth is emotional decision-making. Fear and greed have caused countless investors to make poor financial choices. During periods of excitement, people often invest money into opportunities they don't fully understand because they fear missing out. During difficult markets, fear causes many people to sell quality investments at the worst possible moment. Millionaires learn to manage their emotions. They make decisions based on careful planning rather than temporary feelings. Having a long-term investment strategy helps reduce emotional reactions because you already know your goals before market conditions change. Protecting your wealth also means protecting your reputation. Your reputation is one of your most valuable assets. People want to work with individuals who are honest, dependable, and trustworthy. A damaged reputation can close doors that money alone cannot reopen. Operate with integrity. Honor your commitments. Treat people fairly. Over time, trust becomes an asset that creates new opportunities and lasting relationships. Cybersecurity has also become an important part of financial protection. As more financial activity moves online, it's essential to safeguard your accounts. Use strong, unique passwords. Enable multi-factor authentication whenever possible. Be cautious of emails, messages, or websites asking for personal financial information. Protecting your digital identity is now an important part of protecting your wealth. Another key principle is living below your means, even after becoming financially successful. Many people increase their spending dramatically as soon as their income rises. They purchase larger homes, luxury cars, and expensive lifestyles that require increasingly higher incomes to maintain. Millionaires often take a different approach. Even as their wealth grows, they continue making thoughtful financial decisions. They understand that preserving wealth requires ongoing discipline. Remember that wealth is not measured by how much you spend. It's measured by the assets you own, the investments you've built, and the financial security you've created. Protecting your wealth also involves thinking beyond today. Consider your long-term goals. Think about retirement. Think about your family. Think about the legacy you hope to leave behind. Every financial decision should support the future you want to create. Finally, remember that mistakes are inevitable. Even experienced investors and successful entrepreneurs occasionally make poor decisions. The goal isn't to avoid every mistake. The goal is to ensure that no single mistake can destroy everything you've built. That's why diversification, preparation, discipline, and risk management are so important. Protecting your wealth allows you to continue growing it. The stronger your financial foundation becomes, the more confidence you'll have to pursue new opportunities without putting everything at risk. Millionaire success isn't just about making money. It's about keeping it, growing it responsibly, and ensuring that it continues working for you and the people you care about for many years to come. Build your wealth carefully. Protect it wisely. And let it become a foundation for lasting financial freedom. Chapter 8, Rule 8, Surround yourself with winners. The eighth rule of millionaire success is one that many people overlook, yet it has an enormous impact on your financial future. Surround yourself with winners. Whether you realize it or not, the people you spend the most time with influence the way you think, the decisions you make, and the expectations you have for your life. Attitudes are contagious. So are habits. If you spend your time around people who constantly complain, avoid responsibility, waste money, and believe success is impossible, it's easy to begin thinking the same way. On the other hand, when you spend time with people who set goals, solve problems, continue learning, and believe opportunities are everywhere, you'll naturally begin adopting those habits yourself. This doesn't mean you should judge people based on how much money they have. Wealth alone does not make someone wise, kind, or successful in every area of life. Instead, look for people who demonstrate qualities you admire. People who are disciplined. People who keep their promises. People who are honest. People who work hard. People who continue learning. People who encourage others instead of tearing them down. These are the kinds of individuals who can positively influence your future. Successful people understand the importance of their environment. Imagine trying to grow a healthy tree in poor soil. Even with sunlight and water, the tree will struggle if its environment isn't supportive. Your goals are no different. A positive environment helps your ambitions grow stronger. A negative environment can slowly weaken your confidence without you even realizing it. One of the best ways to improve your environment is to seek out mentors. A mentor is someone who has already achieved results in an area where you hope to succeed. Learning from someone with experience can save years of trial and error. A good mentor doesn't simply give answers. They ask questions that help you think differently. They share lessons learned from both success and failure. They encourage you to grow beyond your comfort zone. Not everyone has access to a personal mentor, but that doesn't mean you can't learn from successful people. Books can become mentors. Audiobooks can become mentors. Podcasts, interviews, educational videos, and biographies all provide opportunities to learn from people who have spent decades building successful businesses, investments, and careers. Every day you have the opportunity to fill your mind with ideas from people who have already walked the path you want to follow. Networking is another valuable habit. Many opportunities in life come through relationships. New jobs. Business partnerships. Investment opportunities. Friendships. Professional advice. These opportunities often begin with a simple conversation. Building meaningful relationships isn't about collecting business cards or trying to impress people. It's about creating genuine connections based on trust, respect, and mutual value. Be interested in others. Listen carefully. Look for ways to help before asking for help. People remember those who consistently create value. Another important lesson is to limit the influence of negativity. There will always be people who doubt your goals. Some may tell you your dreams are unrealistic. Others may criticize your ambition simply because it makes them uncomfortable. Remember that people often project their own fears onto others. Don't allow someone else's limited thinking to become your own. This doesn't mean you should argue with everyone who disagrees with you. Instead, stay focused on your goals. Let your actions speak louder than your words. As your results improve, your confidence will grow naturally. Successful people also understand the value of accountability. Having someone who encourages you to stay committed to your goals can make an enormous difference. An accountability partner, mentor, business partner, or trusted friend can help keep you focused during difficult times. Sometimes all we need is someone who reminds us why we started. It's equally important to become the kind of person others want to be around. If you want to attract disciplined people, practice discipline. If you want trustworthy friends, become trustworthy. If you want supportive relationships, be supportive yourself. The people you attract often reflect the habits and attitudes you consistently display. Generosity also plays an important role in building strong relationships. Generosity isn't limited to giving money. You can be generous with your time, your encouragement, your knowledge, your kindness, your willingness to help others succeed. People naturally enjoy being around individuals who genuinely care about others. Strong relationships are built on mutual respect and shared growth. Remember that success is rarely achieved completely alone. Behind almost every successful entrepreneur, investor, or business leader is a network of mentors, partners, family members, employees, customers, and friends who have contributed in meaningful ways. Learning to build and maintain healthy relationships is a skill that pays dividends throughout your life. Choose your influences carefully. Protect your mindset. Continue learning from people who inspire you to grow. Spend more time with individuals who challenge you to become better rather than encouraging you to stay the same. Your environment will never determine your future completely, but it can significantly influence the direction you take. When you surround yourself with winners, you begin thinking bigger. You raise your standards. You believe more is possible. And before long, the habits, attitudes, and confidence that lead to millionaire success begin to feel natural. Choose your environment wisely. Because the people around you today can help shape the person you become tomorrow. Chapter 9, Rule 9, Stay patient and consistent. The ninth rule of millionaire success is one that separates those who achieve lasting wealth from those who constantly start over: stay patient and consistent. In today's world, people expect instant results. We expect fast internet, same-day delivery, instant messages, and immediate answers. Unfortunately, many people begin to expect the same speed when building wealth. They invest for a few months and expect to become rich. They start a business and expect instant success. They save money for a short time and become discouraged because they don't see dramatic progress. But wealth doesn't work that way. Millionaire success is not built in weeks or even months. It is built through years of disciplined action. Think about planting an oak tree. You don't plant a seed today and expect a giant tree tomorrow. The tree grows slowly. Its roots develop beneath the surface long before anyone notices impressive growth above the ground. Your financial life follows the same pattern. Many of the most important changes happen quietly. Every dollar you save. Every investment you make. Every book you read. Every skill you develop. Every smart financial decision strengthens your foundation, even if the results aren't immediately visible. Patience is what allows those small actions to become extraordinary outcomes. One of the biggest mistakes people make is comparing their beginning to someone else's middle or end. Social media often highlights success stories without showing the years of effort behind them. You may see a successful entrepreneur enjoying financial freedom today, but you don't see the years they spent working long hours, learning from mistakes, and overcoming setbacks. You may see an investor with a large portfolio, but you don't see the decades of consistent investing that made it possible. Comparison steals motivation. Instead of comparing yourself to others, compare yourself to the person you were yesterday. Are you saving more? Learning more? Making wiser financial decisions? Improving your habits? Those are the comparisons that truly matter. Consistency is often more important than intensity. Many people become highly motivated for a few weeks. They create ambitious budgets. They read several books. They start investing. Then life becomes busy. Motivation fades. Old habits return. Progress stops. Millionaires understand that small actions performed consistently are more powerful than occasional bursts of effort. Reading 10 pages every day is better than reading 100 pages once a month. Investing consistently over many years is more effective than trying to perfectly predict the market. Saving a portion of every paycheck creates greater results than waiting for the perfect moment to begin. Consistency builds momentum. Momentum builds confidence. Confidence encourages even greater consistency. This creates a cycle of positive progress. There will also be setbacks. Every successful person experiences disappointment. Businesses lose customers. Investments decline in value. Plans don't always work. Unexpected expenses arise. The difference is that successful people don't allow temporary setbacks to become permanent excuses. Instead, they adjust, learn, and continue moving forward. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is often part of the journey toward success. Every mistake teaches a lesson. Every obstacle develops resilience. Every challenge creates an opportunity to grow stronger and wiser. Patience also protects you from dangerous shortcuts. Many people lose money because they become impatient. They chase unrealistic promises. They believe advertisements claiming they can become rich overnight. They take unnecessary risks because steady progress doesn't seem exciting enough. Millionaires understand that slow, steady progress is often the safest path to lasting wealth. There is no need to rush. Financial freedom is a marathon, not a sprint. Another valuable habit is focusing on your daily routines rather than constantly worrying about distant goals. Goals give you direction. Habits determine whether you arrive. If your daily routine includes saving, investing, learning, working hard, and making wise financial decisions, your long-term goals become much more achievable. Success is rarely created by one extraordinary day. It is created by ordinary days repeated consistently over many years. Celebrate small victories along the way. Paying off a credit card. Reaching your savings goal. Completing another investment. Learning a valuable new skill. Growing your business. These milestones remind you that progress is happening, even if your biggest goals are still ahead. Gratitude also makes patience easier. Instead of constantly focusing on what you don't yet have, appreciate how far you've already come. Recognizing your progress builds confidence and motivation to continue. Remember that every millionaire was once a beginner. Every successful investor started with their first investment. Every entrepreneur made their first sale. Every wealthy individual once saved their very first dollar. The difference wasn't extraordinary talent. The difference was their willingness to keep going. When others quit, they continued. When others became impatient, they remained disciplined. When others chased shortcuts, they trusted proven principles. That's why they eventually reached financial success. Your journey will have challenges. There will be moments when progress feels slow. There will be times when you question whether your efforts are making a difference. During those moments, remember this simple truth. Every wise financial decision matters. Every dollar invested matters. Every lesson learned matters. Every day of consistency matters. Because success isn't created by one massive breakthrough. It's created by thousands of small decisions working together over time. Stay patient. Stay disciplined. Stay focused. And trust that the habits you're building today are quietly creating the financial future you want tomorrow. Chapter 10, Rule 10, Think Like a Millionaire. The 10th and final rule of millionaire success is perhaps the most powerful of all: think like a millionaire. Everything you've learned throughout this audiobook begins in the mind. Before someone builds wealth, they first develop the beliefs, habits, and mindset that make wealth possible. Your thoughts influence your decisions. Your decisions shape your actions. Your actions determine your results. If you want different financial results, you must begin by thinking differently. Many people unknowingly limit themselves with beliefs they have carried for years. They believe wealthy people are simply lucky. They believe they are too old or too young to build wealth. They believe they need the perfect opportunity before they can begin. They believe financial success is only for people with special advantages. These beliefs become invisible barriers. The truth is that while every person's journey is different, your mindset can either move you toward your goals or hold you back from reaching them. Millionaires tend to focus on possibilities instead of limitations. When they face challenges, they don't immediately ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Instead, they ask, "What can I learn from this? What opportunity exists here? How can I improve?" This way of thinking transforms obstacles into opportunities for growth. Another important characteristic of a millionaire mindset is taking ownership. Successful people understand that while they cannot control every event in life, they can control their attitude, effort, and response. Instead of waiting for perfect circumstances, they make the best use of the circumstances they have. They understand that progress is always possible. Millionaires also think long-term. Many people make financial decisions based only on immediate gratification. They spend today without considering tomorrow. They choose comfort now instead of freedom later. Successful people ask a different question. How will this decision affect my future? Before making a purchase, they consider whether it brings them closer to financial independence. Before making an investment, they evaluate whether it supports their long-term goals. Before spending their time, they ask whether the activity creates value. Thinking long-term changes the quality of your decisions. Another essential part of a millionaire mindset is believing in continuous improvement. No one knows everything. No one has mastered every skill. Successful people remain curious. They continue reading. They continue learning. They continue asking questions. Every day becomes another opportunity to become a little wiser than they were yesterday. Confidence is another important quality. Confidence doesn't mean believing you'll never fail. It means trusting your ability to learn, adapt, and keep moving forward even when challenges appear. Real confidence is built through preparation. The more knowledge you gain, the more skills you develop, and the more experience you accumulate, the stronger your confidence becomes. Millionaires also understand the difference between being busy and being productive. Being busy simply means filling your day with activity. Being productive means focusing on the activities that create the greatest results. They prioritize their time carefully because they understand that time is more valuable than money. Money can be earned again. Time cannot. Another powerful mindset shift is choosing abundance over scarcity. A scarcity mindset believes there are never enough opportunities. It believes someone else's success reduces your chances of succeeding. An abundance mindset recognizes that opportunities continue to exist for those who create value. Instead of feeling threatened by successful people, millionaires often study them. They ask what they can learn rather than becoming jealous. This attitude opens doors that negativity never can. Millionaires are also comfortable making decisions. They gather information. They evaluate risks. Then they take action. Many people remain stuck because they wait for absolute certainty. But certainty rarely exists in business, investing, or life. Successful people understand that thoughtful action usually creates more opportunities than endless hesitation. Another defining characteristic of a millionaire mindset is resilience. There will always be setbacks. Investments may decline. Businesses may struggle. Plans may change. But resilient people refuse to let temporary failures define their future. They view failure as feedback. Every challenge teaches a lesson. Every setback provides experience. Every obstacle becomes another opportunity to grow stronger. Finally, millionaires think beyond themselves. While they certainly enjoy the rewards of financial success, many also think about the legacy they will leave behind. They want to provide security for their families. Support meaningful causes. Create businesses that improve people's lives. Mentor others. Leave the world better than they found it. True wealth is about more than accumulating money. It's about creating lasting value. It's about building a life filled with purpose, generosity, freedom, and opportunity. As you reflect on the 10 rules you've learned throughout this audiobook, remember that none of them work in isolation. Taking responsibility. Living below your means. Saving consistently. Investing wisely. Building multiple income streams. Increasing your value. Protecting your wealth. Surrounding yourself with winners. Remaining patient and consistent. And developing a millionaire mindset. Together, these principles create a powerful foundation for financial success. You don't have to master them all overnight. Begin where you are. Apply one principle at a time. Improve a little each day. The small decisions you make today will shape the financial future you experience tomorrow. Millionaire success isn't reserved for a fortunate few. It's available to those who are willing to think differently, act consistently, continue learning, and remain committed to their goals. Change your thinking. Change your habits. Change your future. Because every great financial journey begins with a single decision, the decision to become the person capable of creating lasting wealth. Conclusion. Congratulations on reaching the end of 10 Rules of Millionaire Success. Throughout this audiobook, we've explored 10 timeless principles that have helped countless self-made millionaires build financial security, lasting wealth, and greater freedom. Let's take a moment to reflect on what you've learned. First, you discovered the importance of taking complete responsibility for your financial life. The moment you stop blaming circumstances and start taking ownership of your decisions, you regain the power to shape your future. Second, you learned that spending less than you earn is the foundation of every successful financial plan. No investment strategy can overcome the habit of consistently spending more than you make. Third, you discovered why making saving automatic is essential. Paying yourself first creates financial security, prepares you for unexpected challenges, and provides the capital needed to invest in future opportunities. Fourth, you learned that investing wisely allows your money to begin working for you. Through patience, diversification, and long-term thinking, investments have the potential to grow into powerful wealth-building tools. Fifth, you explored the value of building multiple income streams. Depending on one paycheck creates risk, while creating several sources of income increases financial stability and expands your opportunities. Sixth, you learned that increasing your value is one of the smartest investments you'll ever make. The more knowledge, skills, and experience you gain, the greater your ability to create value and increase your earning potential. Seventh, you discovered that protecting your wealth is just as important as building it. Managing risk, avoiding unnecessary debt, maintaining financial discipline, and planning for the unexpected help preserve everything you've worked so hard to achieve. Eighth, you learned why surrounding yourself with winners matters. Your environment, relationships, mentors, and daily influences all shape your mindset and the decisions that determine your future. Ninth, you discovered that patience and consistency often matter more than speed. Lasting wealth isn't built overnight. It's created through thousands of smart decisions repeated over many years. Finally, you learned that everything begins with your mindset. Thinking like a millionaire means focusing on opportunities, embracing continuous learning, making thoughtful decisions, and believing that your future can be better than your past. As you move forward, remember that you don't need to apply all 10 rules perfectly from the very beginning. Choose one rule. Master it. Then move on to the next. Every positive financial habit strengthens the next one, creating momentum that becomes easier to maintain over time. Financial freedom isn't reserved for a select few. It belongs to those who are willing to learn, remain disciplined, take consistent action, and stay committed even when progress feels slow. The decisions you make after listening to this audiobook are far more important than the time you've spent listening to it. Knowledge creates potential. Action creates results. Your financial future is built one decision at a time. $1 saved. One investment made. One skill learned. One opportunity pursued. One habit improved. Those small actions, repeated consistently over many years, have the power to completely transform your life. No matter where you are today, remember that every millionaire started somewhere. They made mistakes. They faced setbacks. They experienced uncertainty. But they continued learning, continued improving, and continued moving forward. You can do the same. The journey toward financial freedom begins with a single decision. Make that decision today. Your future self will thank you. Thank you for spending this time with Money Mastery Audiobooks. We hope 10 Rules of Millionaire Success has inspired you to think differently about money, develop stronger financial habits, and take meaningful action toward building lasting wealth. If you found this audiobook valuable, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to Money Mastery Audiobooks, and turn on notifications so you never miss a future audiobook filled with practical strategies for financial success. Feel free to share this audiobook with your friends, family, and anyone who wants to improve their financial future. The more people who learn these timeless principles, the more lives can be positively transformed. Be sure to join us for our next audiobook, where we'll continue exploring powerful lessons on personal finance, investing, entrepreneurship, wealth creation, and financial freedom. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, keep investing in yourself, and remember: master your money, master your future.